who finished second to the Conservative Party leader, Bonnie Critchley. Great to see you.
How's it going today?
Going very well. Going very well. Glad to have you with us. Now, in challenging the gentleman we just saw there in the clip, Mr. Pierre Poilievre, you were, by and large part, the candidate to watch. You generated your own headlines, and that translated into you capturing almost 10% of the vote. How does that outcome mesh with the motivation that drew you to run in the first place?
Well, I showed up, I stood up because I wanted to explain to the Conservative Party that we were not tools to be stepped on and discarded in one man's ego-driven trip to be a
By that, you mean the residents of your riding?
I mean my neighbors in our communities, yep.
Now,
and so with 10%, I think we sent that message that no, it's not a free trip, you got to work for it.
So finishing second, that's okay by you?
That's okay by me. I'm not going to lie, I'm a little disappointed. I did expect a higher percentage of the vote. My polling showed me running a little bit higher. But then the disinformation campaign came in, and then there were shenanigans during Election Day, so I'm not 100% surprised on how everything turned out.
10% of your vote.
What does it say to you that as an independent, you came in second? You finished ahead of candidates with party affiliation.
That tells me that my neighbors and our communities
don't want you.
My message resonated with them because it is our home. It is our riding. I still live there. He is now my MP, so he's going to get all sorts of letters from me if he doesn't show up. Because I spoke with Laura Babcock on the O Show yesterday, and what I said was that I challenge Monsieur Poilievre to actually come back to Battle River-Crowfoot and prove me wrong, because I don't think we'll ever see him again.
You mentioned a moment ago, Election Day shenanigans.
Yes. I am going to leave whether it was legal or illegal up to the Commissioner for Canadian Elections and the RCMP, but there were mocked-up Elections Canada signs that had the appropriate disclaimer in font about that big on a 3-by-6 foot sign in a slightly different shade of yellow than there was. And then there was issues where deputy returning officers, were handing out the large print books only with all the parties up front and all the independents in the back. Plus, there were some other issues reported by my scrutineers that have been reported to the Commissioner, yes.
Yeah, and ahead of Election Day, you expressed frustration with the longest ballot group flooding the by-election with candidates. What do you feel their impact was on the outcome?
Oh, they cost me votes. They may have cost me the election. Because as I'm going door to door to door to door,
you cost yourself the election.
I'm having to say,
I
am not part of the longest ballot. This is not who I'm with. I am here because I'm your neighbor, and this isn't right. And I had a few doors slammed in my face before I could get that out. And then, of course, the rest of the parties, especially with the books, the way things were done, with the change in the ballots and everything, I was the only one who really had a problem, because I had the exact same party marking, independent, underneath my name as everybody else.
Do you take your concerns further? Or is it over and done with where the longest ballot committee is concerned?
I'm going to look into options, because I really do think that it is legal election interference. And if nothing else, I want the regulations changed so that you have one official agent for one candidate, not one official agent for 204 candidates.
All right, let's put the focus back on the gentleman who will now be your MP as a resident of the riding. At any point during the by-election or afterwards, did you have the opportunity for a one-on-one conversation with Pierre Poilievre?
He avoided me. Anytime we were at an event together, I've got people saying, he's all over the place, he's over there. And if I went looking, he's gone. He avoided me. We had a super brief conversation backstage at the forum in Camrose. He decided the rules didn't apply to him, so he didn't show up with the rest of the candidates in the green room. He felt the need to make a spectacle through the front door. So he showed up in the back, just in time to shake everybody's hand, and then we had to form up to go out on stage. He he showed up very, very briefly backstage during the intermission, shook hands again, and disappeared again. So he did his utmost to avoid talking to me. I would absolutely welcome a conversation. I really would.
How do you expect him, Pierre Poilievre, to fare now as a rural Alberta member of Parliament?
Well, like I said, I don't think he's going to show up. And it is unfortunate, but it was really interesting because his only platform points was
the Liberals
blaming the PM for things. And let's say removing the Trudeau-era firearms regulation or revoking a bunch of that, repealing that, because it unfairly targets legal gun owners. That's been on my platform since May when I started. The first time I heard him speak about it was the Camrose Forum. And then come Drumheller, he's talking right to repair. So at the very least, he was listening to me during the campaign. It will be very interesting to see if he listens to anybody moving forward. As for his leadership review, well, he's got the lowest numbers of a conservative leader in recent history, so we may be doing this again in May.
Okay, well, on that point, maybe
Sorry,
that's
not May, March.
Maybe that's an opportunity for us to wind down the conversation. Does that mean Bonnie Critchley will seek office again? Will you take another stab at running for federal politics?
Well, I can tell you, I'm going to go sleep for a week first, because I didn't come off the campaign trail until 11:30 at night, Sunday night. I'm going to go sleep for a week, and then we're going to see what happens. But I can tell you, I'm not done yet.
No, you're done. Retire. You're done. You're out. Goodbye. Like, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one, my friends.